America is facing a loneliness epidemic, according to U.S. Surgeon General, who classifies it as a severe health risk. A new book, A Time to Gather, How Ritual Created the World and How It Can Save Us, offers a potential solution. To buy a copy, scan the QR code on your screen. Author Bruce Feiler spent 3 years traveling to 16 countries on 6 continents. He witnessed or took part in a wide range of rituals, from baptism and funerals to teeth filing?
Filing, yes.
Yeah, ceremonies and forest bathing. He came to believe that ritual is our best hope to, quote, restitch our fraying world. Bruce Feiler, so good to see you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I think you make this great connection between the lack of rituals and this loneliness epidemic. Explain.
So, look, what happened to me is, like a lot of people, I've been craving connection. And my wife and I, after dropping our kids off to college a few years ago, we walk in our front door and I feel homesick in my own home. I'm like, you can't have that feeling, but I had just lost my dad. So many of my relationships and friendships had drifted away. And I was sort of thinking, am I just like everybody else? I've sacrificed my friendships, my relationships for my phones. And I went looking for solutions, and that's when I stumbled into, I just said to Nate, what I think of as maybe the great untold story in the world right now, which is this renaissance of ritual gatherings. We are a generation into loneliness, and Americans are creating astonishing new ways to gather. Some are joyful, like gender reveals, okay? Daddy-daughter dances, mom proms. But some of them are sorrowful, right? Loss of a job, a home, a pet. And really what I wanted to do in this book was to say, create an adventure story, but give people a simple, practical tools that they can create rituals that everyone will love.
Because you say rituals have to have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yes.
What do you mean?
So, look, I think that what all of these rituals, old and new alike, have is a kind of energy, because they are designed for the ups and downs and twists and turns of our life today. And so whatever ritual, like, I'm almost prepared to guarantee, like, you read A Time to Gather, whatever you're doing this summer, you'll get 3 ideas to make it better. But what all 3 of them have in common is 3 things. Number 1, you need the beginning. You need an opening wow. Okay? You want to create a special place.
Opening wow.
It could be your, it could be your living room. It could be your backyard. It could be at the top of a mountain or a place. And you want to bring people in and say, this is why we're here. We're here to grieve. We're here to celebrate. We're here to comfort. And then you want to welcome people with joy. So that's the beginning. Okay? An opening wow. Okay. Then what you want is what I call a peace plan. Okay? The 4 of us are creating a ritual. Like, you want a big wedding. I want a small wedding. Like, Nate wants to grieve, like, on a long run or in the gym. You want a big old wake. Like, there's going to be conflict. But what the ritual does is it modulates the conflict. So you give everybody something that makes them feel special.
Old, new, borrowed.
Oh, exactly. That's my for something.
Rituals are good for conflict resolution. Okay, and the beginning, middle, and end.
So the end is, and this is really the powerful part that surprised and moved me. You want to end with a moment of hope.
Yes.
I talked to a young ritual designer. She told me about a mastectomy circle she did for a friend. And she said, I'm always listening for the deepest fear and the highest hope.
Ooh.
Yes.
And the purpose of the ritual is to turn fear into hope.
To hope.
And how do we obtain a ritual state of mind?
Yeah, well,
how do we keep that?
So I think that we have to begin by realizing the enemy is in our pockets. Like, these algorithms are designed to divide us. Ritual is the original human algorithm. And so we need to wake up every day and say, when so much is pulling us apart, I'm going to make a commitment to connect or reconnect with a loved one or someone I haven't seen in a while. You and I were talking in the green room.
I like how you have a Taylor Swift Taylor Swift factors into a divorce party, that you can use Taylor Swift songs, Shake It Off.
Shake It Off cupcakes. You were never, ever getting back together.
Yes.
Napkins. And that's what we were talking about. So much of this energy is coming from millennials and Gen Z. So to me, you know what says it best? What? Ecclesiastes, right? There's a time to mourn and a time to dance.
Yes.
A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. We've been doing a lot of scattering of stones in this country right now. Yeah. Now is the time to gather. And the most moving thing that people said to me after reading this book is they are moved to create their own ritual for whatever life transition, twist and turn they're in. And if we do that, we can beat loneliness. We can make ourselves happier, and we can make everybody in our neighborhood, our community, our classroom feel happier too.
There's so many great lines because you say rituals are values lived out loud. I love that. Rituals are home. Ritual works may not be our last hope, but it is our best hope, you say.
Nice.
Choose ritual. It's the way home.
And they can be passed down like family heirlooms.
Yes.
Absolutely. And tweaked and evolved whatever you're going through, you can create a ritual. You don't need anybody to give permission. We're giving you permission right here.
Such an important reminder. Thank you,
Yes.
Bruce.
My
Feiler.
pleasure.
Nicely done, Bruce.
A Time to Gather is available today. Scan the QR code on your screen to get your copy.